Good evening, Mr. and Mrs. America, and everybody in the whole world. Different line. My name's Tom Novak, and today is January 11th of 2024. It's Thursday. Right now it's 30 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 1 degree Celsius at 7 p.m. And we're supposed to get a big storm coming in, supposed to last all day tomorrow into Saturday. Hopefully not. But we'll see what happens. So if I'm not with you, Nigel, tomorrow, I'll see you Saturday after I rest my back. We'll see how the snow hits. And don't forget, Ficus Friday for Nigel. We need 204,000 likes to start Nigel off for a new year. And Nigel's on the bonsai zone, so let's get out there and give him some likes, everybody. Okay, today we're going to do an update on my fig, Euc, Sarc, and Premna. And this is, I'll show you what we got going and see how they're surviving in the basement in the wintertime. So right now, here's Mrs. Boug. She's the closest. And I don't know if there's anything dead on her. Let me put the camera down more. Oh, there we go. So nothing growing on her yet. I know this part here is like a dark color. It's black, so I'm just going to cut it back to here. And yep, you can see nothing there. It's deader than a doornail on that branch. So I'm going to cut this one back to above a node, or the brain. And this one is a light brown, not a dark brown, so maybe there's something there. I don't know. It looks a little green in there, but maybe not. But it's coming dark back to here, so I'm just going to cut her back to here. Nothing. I'm going to cut this one off. This one back to here. And let me scrape the bark on this one. Oh, there's nothing on this one either. I hope she didn't. I hope that cold didn't kill her off. Well, let's cut it back. What I'm going to do, I think I'll cut her back to some live wood right here, because you know nothing cuts wood like ironwood. And this one's a live vein. Right there, it's dark here, but it's alive here and here. So that is good. So I'm going to get some lipstick. I got my gunmetal here. I'm just going to open it up and just dab it on the cut. And let's see what happens. I don't know if it's the soil she's in or what, but all I'm going to do is take it and punch some holes in there. Give her some air. And we'll go from there. Mrs. Boug, I don't know the exact date when I put her in. Oh yeah, there it is. 3/20 of 22, so hopefully she'll pull through. I don't know. Next is another one that looks not too good. This is my Premna Microphylla, or Philia, or whatever the heck it is. I'm good on last names. And you can see when I got this one. And this one's probably still sleeping. So I'm going to cut this with my ironwood. That one's dead. So I get my bigger pruner and cut it back to here. Now that's green. I don't know if you can see it, but that's green. So that's good. We got a live one there. And there's a bud coming out of here. It's a light green there. So let me cut this one back to here. That part is dead. And let me cut it. Let me see right here. We're going to cut this one here. And this one here. Because this one's got a little piece of green growing there. And if I can... Nothing on that part. So let's go back to the brain on this piece. Oh yeah, we got some green. So we're going to leave that one there. And we got some green coming out over here. Holy camole. That's pretty near good. So then we're going to just put a little dab of Dooya on there. And see? If you get gunmetal lipstick, it's going to look just like you got cut paste on it. There we go. So let's see what happens to this one. Okay, let's put our Premna on the side. And here's the sacred fig. And you're going to say, Tom, well, here's the leaves. Remember when it got hit by the frost? And not the nice, beautiful color on the leaves from this thing? Man, I saved this leaf. But you can see it's growing from the bottom here. And you're going to say, Tom, why don't you cut them suckers off? I want to see what's going to come up. There's something growing here, here. There's all little buds starting to come up. I'm not going to cut nothing on the top yet until something bushes out. And this way here we can thicken up the trunk that way. So what I'm going to do is cut this back to here. And it looks like it's green. Well, I thought it was, but it's dying back. So I'm going to cut it above the brain here, which I think looks good. And yep, and there's some green left in that part. So I'm going to leave the rest of it alone. And put my gunmetal lipstick on there. You can get gunmetal lipstick on Amazon. It's cheaper than cut paste. Hey, if it's good for women's lips, it's good for your trees. Okay. So we're going to just let this go, and you can see how long and leggy it's getting, but that's in the basement with the low light, but there's nothing I can do about that. Now, here's my eucalyptus. And you can see all the little shoots coming out through the bottom here. And let's see if I can get this. And you can see it all down here and here and up through. No, this is dead over there. Let me cut this piece off. Let me get it in there. There, because that piece was dead. Man, I wish you could smell eucalyptus. These are all dried out, these leaves. So let's get them off. Just like that. Well, these are pretty good yet. Some of them are good. Them are good. And you can see the color on the branches. They still look good. And I wish you could smell this. Oh my goodness, does it smell good. But let me just cut this one back a little bit to here. It's very hard to tell if it's grown. Let me get it back to here. Right there. And I should have brought my magnifying glass. That piece is dead, it looks like it. But I'm not going to do nothing yet because it's still nice color on it. Maybe into the wood. It's very hard to see, so we're just going to cut it back a little bit. And I'm not going to do nothing else to it until I can see what's going to grow on it and what's not going to grow on it. Get that piece off. Even though they look dead, the branches are still nice and creamy colored. So we're going to leave that alone. And we're going to let all these shoots grow because it's still alive in the trunk, so that's good. We're going to have something there to keep it alive. So we'll go from there and see what happens. And then I'll just, oh yeah, there's a good root system in there. I can feel it. So we're going to leave that. And it's starting to grow real good, so I'm going to have to turn this around when I put it back so the branches can get a little straighter. Now here's my Sarc. Now this one was getting really, really pukey looking. It was starting to die back and everything. In the basement, my other one's doing good, and you know why? Because I'm spraying them now with water. I'm giving them a little mist. I just give them a mist, and it seems like it's rejuvenating them for some reason. So that's good. Try to keep them on the dry side, but a little bit of water here and there until they can go outside in the wintertime. But I don't know if you can see it. You got a green bud over here. Now this branch looks like it's dead up to here. I don't know, because this looks dead all the way to here, but I got a leaf growing there. And this one here, I can probably cut it back to there, but for now, I'm going to let it go and see if it does come back. If not, then I can cut it off later. But, as you can see, it does grow. The misting really did the trick for me in the basement. Who would believe that? And I figured the basement was damp enough for this little guy. But, so far so good, so fingers crossed on this. Then I want to show you one more thing. If you got a cooperative extension agent in your neighborhood, I got this. It's my cooperative extension agents is that was Donald L. Buckman, Director, Department of Agriculture, the University of Illinois at Urbana. I went onto the site and I was able to get this, and I got this in 11/2/91. But this is it, if you can see it. And this is a good book because it shows you the beneficial insects and mites. And on this one, on this page here, it gives you examples about everything. So I can thumb through this when I'm really in a quandary about something, and you can see how when you put the beneficial insect, it lays eggs in the aphid, and then you can see how it hatches, eats its way out, and there you go. You got a mummified skeleton, and you got a new parasitoid. I think that's how they call it. Yeah, parasitoid coming out. And then I like this because there's the mealybug destroyer. It's called a Cryptolaemus montrosera. It shows the larva and adult, and this is the mealybug destroyer. Right there. Let me get a cutter. There you go. So you can see it, and it gives the aphid, how the lion looks, and the aphid, not the aphid, but the lacewing lion goes out and eats a lot of insects for you too. But this is a very, very good book. If you're in Illinois, I don't know if you can see it, but go to your cooperative extension agent and he probably can get you some of these pamphlets or tell you where to get the pamphlets. So, Thursday night is book night, so give it a try. And read a book with a hot cup of tea, because I'm going to use that and relax for tomorrow. So, remember, we're trying to get Nigel to 104,000 likes on his Ficus Friday of January 12th of 2024. And Nigel is on the bonsai zone. We want to get him off to a good start because Nigel's a great friend, great teacher, and I call him the root man because this guy knows his roots. He does stuff people are afraid to do. Even some of the pros. I watch some of these pros when I was looking for somebody to work on roots, and all they did was the trees and a little bit of this and a little bit of that and stuck it in a pot, and they didn't really take the roots apart like Nigel does. So, Nigel, I'm rooting for you, buddy. So you take care, everybody. Have a good night. Short update. Hope everything else turns out okay. We'll go from there. I don't know about Mrs. Boug. I hope she gets going there. So we'll see. We'll see. I never give up until they tell me I'm dead. What are you going to do? Take care, everybody. Have a nice hot cup of tea. And don't forget Friday for Nigel. Take care, everybody.